Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams. As we sit right now, this is 1.5 in favor of the Rams, a total of 40.5. Guys, this is week after week after week. We have multiple games that are 40, 41, 42, something like that. What a difference from the last couple of years in the NFL. So we know Matthew Stafford didn't practice on Thursday. The beat reporters were saying, hey, look, Walford has been said multiple times that he is the backup and whatever during the practices and all. It's going to be Walford this week. He has one start with the Rams. It was week 17 of 2020. He actually beat the Cardinals in that start. 287 total yards, 231 passing, 56 rushing for him in that game. Again, so here we go. Yet again, Adam, we've talked about these scenarios. So there's a 1.5 here with the Rams in a game with 40.5 is your total. You could take the Cardinals up to 7.5 in a game with a 40.5 total and have that as a teaser leg. Just wanted to throw that out there because, again, in years past, this is something that would have been an auto play.
If Kyler Murray did not have a hamstring injury, then yes, it would be an auto play. But Kyler Murray's hurt. And if Kyler Murray's mobility is limited against a team that still has Aaron Donald, I'm not interested in Arizona. You're not going to get me to take an injured quarterback in that situation, right? So we have all sorts of variants being introduced into this game. We have no idea who's starting a quarterback. We watched Sean McVay very creatively lose a game that he had no business losing last week. And on the other side, you have Cliff Kingsbury. And a team that has, this is not a number. We don't have EPA for this. We don't have DVOA for this. But by the eye test, they have quit on him. Mm-hmm. And this is not a franchise that appears to be a franchise that I am willing to trust with 7.5 points, but mostly because of the Kyler Murray injury.
Yeah, and basically the entire offensive line is questionable too. I think there's a questionable tag, I think, on all 5 starters or something like that for Arizona as well. So it's just it's a very, very tough game to handicap. Steven, a lot of guessing, a lot of you have to kind of speculate and stuff. By the way, if you guys don't know, if Kyler Murray would not be able to go, it would be Colt McCoy. So Colt McCoy is still sticking around. Colt McCoy would be the backup there in Arizona.
I took the teaser leg, and I think it's totally on the belief that Matthew Stafford is not going to play in this game. Mm-hmm. That's my opinion. If you read our injury expert Will Carroll's column this week, he said that with Stafford going into the protocol starting on Wednesday, that should mean that he is unavailable this week just based on the timeline of how the concussion protocol is supposed to play out. You also had Matthew Stafford's wife taking to social media, being completely pissed off about the concussion protocol situation. So to me, it seems more likely than not that Stafford's not going to be allowed to play in this game based on the timing of when he went into the protocol. That's just speculation on my part, but our injury expert also says it's more likely than not that Stafford's not going to play. So have to monitor that. But with that being said, I do think getting potentially some closing line value here. I think this line flips to the Cardinals as a small favorite if that happens. And right now, to get them teased up to 7.5 is pretty good. We already see one book on the board that's got it down to 1. I wouldn't tease the Cardinals anymore if you can't at least get 7.5. That's first of all. But at this juncture, as we record, we can. And despite the absolutely justified concerns Adam has about the Cardinals, I felt that was still a pretty good value there, considering I don't think the starting quarterback's going to play for the Rams.
Not for the first time, by the way, that Kelly Stafford has had thoughts on medical situation. Interesting. She's really developing a medical expertise.
Yeah, I know. This is quite. Yeah,
I'm going to leave that one alone because we only have an hour on this
podcast. I'm not saying anymore. I'm just letting you know.
Lots of that going on, and we should mention. I mean, look, if this is Walford, which let's just be for real. I mean, this is one of the worst, if not the worst, offensive lines in all the NFL as well. And so,
yeah, and that's the thing, Matt, because
he is going to face pressure, and so what do we think John Walford can do under pressure, basically, right?
And if it's Stafford, that's okay because he's really good against the blitz, and the Cardinals blitz a tons. But now if it's Walford against the blitz, oh man.
Yeah, it's a weird game, and guess what? One that I'm gonna weirdly watch because I just want to see some weirdness happen. That's for sure.